All of us are looking forward to this class very much. In our previous class, we studied chapter 3, section 1, shloka 1. Today, Mrs. Shubha Shivaram will chant the first 6 Mangala shlokas of Rama Karunamritam. Shubha?
Namaste Swamiji. Jai Shri Ram. Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu, Mangalam Madhusudanaha, Mangalam Pundarikaksha, Mangalam Garudatvaja, Mangalam Kosalendraya, Mahaniya Gunaptaye, Chakravarti Danujaya, Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam, Vedanta Veda Vedyaya, Megha Shyamala Murtaye, Pumsamohana Rupaya, पुण्यश्लोकाय मङ्गलम् विश्वामित्ररङ्गाय मिथिलानगरीपदे भाग्यानं वाणिपाकाय भव्यरूपाय मङ्गलम् पितृभक्ताय सददं भ्रातृभिः सह सीदया नन्दिताखिललोकाय रामचन्द्राय मङ्गलम् तक्तसागेदवासाय चित्रकूटविहारिणि सेव्याय सर्वयमिनां धीरोदाताय मङ्गलम् जय श्रीराम।
गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवांसस्तनूभिर्व्यसेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमि स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। So in our last satsanga, we have gone through the third mantra. In the first khanda of the last Mundaka, the mantra was yadā paśyate rukmavarṇaṃ kartāramīśaṃ puruṣaṃ brahmayonim tadā vidvānpuṇyapāpe vidhūya nirañjanaḥ paramam sāmyamupaiti. This was the mantra. It comes after a detailed analysis of the swarupa of jiva. What is the real swarupa of jiva? There in the first and second mantra, it was said, in the same tree, there are two birds, one enjoying all the fruits of the tree, of different taste, different smells, always eating, eating and eating. Whereas the other bird It is shining without eating any seeds or fruits. That means there is the aspect of jiva which is always doing different sorts of karmas and enjoying the fruits of those karmas. Fruits of those karmas means they may be punya, they may be papa. Of course, Mishra also will be there. Some are tastier, some are bitter. But all these are fruits. That means the results of our own actions. So Jiva is enjoying all this in this world. And he is immersed. And because he is immersed, he is helpless. Anishaya muhyati. He is in the delusion, the state of delusion. And always having different enjoyments, sometimes pain, sometimes pleasure, bitter experiences of life. So enjoying the different fruits of one's own karma, jiva is immersed in the samsara. But when he observes the first bird who is not at all eating any fruits of that tree, and he is shining, he is established in the effulgence of the self. So when this jiva realizes that is my real nature, I am that. I am that. Because of so many false identifications, identification with the body, mind, intellect complex, I was experiencing different modes of life. But my real nature is that of effulgence. And I am not one who is enjoying the fruits of this. I am not bound by this. I am not bound by this. When that realization comes, then he attains his own real nature. He realizes that. So this is the real nature, the real swarupa of jiva. Real swarupa of jiva. So this is explained through the first and second mantras of the first khanda in the third Mundaka. And after that it is said, yadā paśyate rukmavarṇaṃ. See, after the second mantra comes the third mantra. That means Shruti in clear language said the real swarupa of jiva is that of Sachidananda, above all dualities, above the doer or the enjoyer, one who is shining in himself. That is our real nature. So after explaining that, Shruti says, yadā paśyate rukmavarṇaṃ. When the seer is seeing the effulgent Swarupa, so rukmavarṇaṃ is of the golden color or the of golden luster. That means the effulgent, the luminous. So when the seer is seeing that, kartāramīśaṃ puruṣaṃ brahmayonim, kartāram, the doer of everything, īśaṃ, the controller of everything, because the doer may be controlled by somebody else that we are seeing in the world. One who is doing any work means he may be controlled by somebody else. He will be working under the control of some higher man of higher position. But here, the doer is the Isha. He is the controller. So one who is doing, that is the phenomenon of manifestation, is controlled by him. Therefore, he is Ishvara. So, kartāramīśaṃ puruṣaṃ. Puruṣaṃ means by whom everything is full. Purnam anena sarvamidhi puruṣaḥ. Brahmayonim. He is the source of all, or the basic cause of all phenomena. All manifestations are coming out from him. When that realization comes, then tadā, vidvān, the knower, puṇyapāpe vidhūya. Vidhūya, having washed away what? Puṇyapāpe. All the punya and papa. All dualities in this life. So he is transcending all dualities in this life. Where? Here itself. When? Now itself. When that realization comes, then and there itself, he is above the dualities of the world. Puṇyapāpe vidhūya, nirañjanaḥ, the sinless, pure. That is the real nature of our own self. When we are superimposing different objects with ourselves, when we are identifying ourselves with the body-mind-intellect complex, then there are so many limitations made by those objects. When I am identifying with my body, I have the limitations of the body. When I am identifying myself with the mind, I have the limitations of the mind. We cannot count those limitations. Innumerable are they. But when I am realizing I am not this body-mind-intellect complex, these are my instruments, I am above those instruments. When that realization is there, then naturally our real sinless nirañjanaḥ, it shines. Then paramam sāmyamupaiti. Paramam sāmyamupaiti. He reaches paramam sāmyam. Sāmyam means samabhavam. samasya bhavam. All vishamas goes, all differentiation goes. He is one with the highest self. One who is same in all beings. In all entities, all manifestations, what is giving the existence? That same existence which is manifesting in different forms, that is sama. In our Shastras, sama is a word used to describe Brahman. In the Bhagavad Gita, we can see Nirdosham hi samam Brahma. Brahma is sama. So that bhava is sāmyam. So he attains that. Then there is no more pleasure and pain. He's above all dualities of the world. That means he is established in himself. That is the end of the journey, the inquiry. So it is well explained in the third mantra. Now today we are going to the fourth mantra. See? Prano hyesha yah sarva bhutairvibhati vijanan vidvān bhavate nativādi atma kreda atmarati kriyavan esha brahma vidam varishtaha. Prano hyesha yah sarva bhutairvibhati vijanan vidvān bhavate nativādi atma kreda atmarati kriyavan esha brahma vidam varishtaha. He eshaha pranaha yaha sarva bhutaihi vibhati. We have to see this first sentence first. Then we can go to the detailed explanation. He, the meaning of he changes according to situations. Sometimes the shabda he is used without any meaning. Sometimes it is used as an assertive to give weightage to what is said. Here it means verily, without any doubt, for sure, he. Or we can say wherefore. Eshaha pranaha, this prana, yaha, who, sarva bhutaihi vibhati, who is vibhati, vispashtam bhati, manifesting in different forms through different bhutas. sarva bhutaihi, all the bhutas, all manifestations. So the meaning of this sentence is, it is this prana who is manifesting through all manifestations. What's the meaning of that? Sarva bhutaihi vibhati. Not because of lack of words. Rishi is using such a usage. See, bhutaihi vibhati. Manifesting through different manifestations. The same shabda is used. Bhutaihi vibhati. Vispashtam bhati. So we are experiencing this world around us through our senses of cognition, and of course through our intellect. We are experiencing this. And all sorts of differences. Shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. All having their own entities. And this multiplicity, which we are experiencing in this universe or the world, we cannot explain that. We cannot limit that to 100, to 1,000, to crores. No, innumerable. So when we go observing, when we are going to different manifestations, there is no end to that. Each and every object we are observing in this world are having their own entities. One is different from the other. So all are different. No similarity at all. See, take the case of human beings. All are unique in their own individuality. Unique. There is no similarity. But as human beings, we are one. But when we go to details, nobody in this world is alike. Each have their own individuality, their own differences. Then what to speak of other creatures? Hundreds, thousands of species. And in each and every species, crores and crores of beings. And objects which we may call as inert. We are dividing this universe as living and non-living. And when we observe, one stone is different from another stone. There may be parts of one same rock, but each have its own individuality. One organic cell is different from another organic cell. So the manifestations, when we go behind these manifestations, they are varied, different, innumerable. But it is specifically said by the Shruti that what is being manifested is one and the same. So manifestations are different. All are different. Nothing is alike. No similarity at all. But what is manifested? It is same. eshaha pranaha. This prana. Now, a student of Vedanta, especially one who is going through books, verbal explanations, will find himself in a difficult situation when he sees words like prana in the sense. Because normally, when we say prana, we may mean different pranas, like prana, apana, udana, samana, and vyana in this body constitution. Or the term prana can be used as different forms of energy levels. Or we can use prana to mean jivatma. So different meanings are there for prana. So a student, when he studies the text of Vedanta, will find himself in a difficult position. What is the meaning of prana here? We must understand, of course, prana have different meanings. According to the context, the meaning will vary. But in the Upanishad, mainly the term prana is used to speak about Brahman, Paramatman, the highest existence. In the Kathopanishad, we can see yadidam kinja jagat sarvam prana ejati nisradam. Such a mantra. All these manifestations are manifesting from that prana. There, what is the meaning of prana? The meaning of prana is Brahman or Paramatma. That mantra has been taken by Badarayana in the Brahma Sutras to ascertain the meaning of prana. And there Badarayana says, the meaning of prana is Brahman in the higher sense. But in the same Upanishad, we can see the term prana used in entirely different sense. In the same Upanishad, that is in the Kathopanishad. There another mantra says, na pranena na panena martyo jivati kaschana. Man is living not because of prana or apana, but because of something else in whom prana and apana are related. Such a mantra is there. So in the same Upanishad, we can see in one place, the meaning of prana is Brahman, the highest existence. And in another place, the meaning of prana is prana, the vital forces. So what is the meaning of prana here? No doubt, the meaning is Brahman, Paramatman. Esha pranaha. Because no other meaning is suitable here. When we say prana is vital force or vital energy, or different forms of prana, or so to say, the breath. Of course, prana do have all these meanings, but here we cannot take this. Because it is said, Esha pranaha sarva bhutaihi vibhati. This prana is manifesting through all the manifestations. The manifestations are different. There is no similarity at all. But what is being manifested? It is one without a second. That is prana. Then some may ask a question. How we can use the term prana there? Because when we are using the term prana as to mean the vital energy or vital force, it is apt because prakarshena aniti. What is making everything work? That is that vital energy. How it is used to mean Brahman? The reply is, see, yatova imani bhutani jayante yena jatani jivandi yat prayandi abhisambishandi. So says the Shruti. From where all these manifestations are coming, where all these are living, and to which all these are dissolving. What is that? So the whole phenomenal world is working, is manifesting, is resting in that. And therefore, that is making everything act. It is not acting. It is above all actions. It is above all actions. But that existence absolute is making everything act. And therefore we can call prana. So it is this prana, one without a second, the Brahman, who is manifesting differently. Esha pranaha sarva bhutaihi vibhati. So this is the essence of Vedanta. And here, Shruti is not jumping to this conclusion. After a long discussion and taking the student with the Guru through all different fields of inquiry or different stratas of inquiry or different levels of inquiry, finally Guru is describing or exhorting. It is this prana who is manifested through all manifestations. See, when I am saying I am, and I am saying you are there, and this world is here. Referring to different objects of the world, we are saying these are. So what is giving that existence to all? What is that existence absolute by which all these are existing? This is the question. And this was the basic inquiry with which a seeker started his journey. See, when we think of purusharthas, we would say moksha is the ultimate purushartha. That is true. And the mumukshu is for that, for attaining that moksha in this life. So he is working for that, he is studying for that, he is performing for that. All these are all right. But when we question from the standpoint of a seeker, what is the beginning point? From where the journey of a seeker started? The answer is, we are seeing the multiplicity around us, and at the same time we are seeing one rule, one common rule, which is holding everything together, So, these manifestations around us, it is a riddle in front of us. From there started the journey of the seeker. Who is controlling all this? From where all these manifestations happened? I am seeing a perfect order in all this. So who is that? Who is that ruling all these manifestations, or this? Who is giving this order to all this? So these are the inquiries with which a seeker started the journey of seeking. Here the answer is clearly given. He, verily, no doubt. So that shabda, he, it comes from the power of realization. It is not some textual gymnastics, quoting from this and that. This Upanishad says so, that Upanishad says so. No. The Shabda, he comes from the power of self-realization. Because there is no doubt at all. So when we are studying Shastras, of course we have faith in Guru, Shraddha we have. We have a Shraddha in Rishis. There is no doubt at all. So with that Shraddha, we are sure what is explained or what is said in the Shruti is perfectly correct. We have that faith. But still, it's a faith. Still, it's a faith. So we cannot say he, verily, for sure. It is said in this Shastra. Bhagavan says so in the Gita. Or this Maharshi explained so in that Upanishad. So what is your position? What you are saying? I am speaking from this Upanishad, I am speaking from Gita, I am speaking from Brahma Sutra. There all these rishis explained this so. But here it is not so. This is coming from the power of self-realization. He, there is no doubt. Eshaha pranaha, this Brahman is being manifested differently. Sarva bhutaihi vibhati. Through all bhutas. They may be subtle or they may be in the gross level. Through all bhutas, one existence, absolute, is manifested. Esha sarva bhutaihi vibhati. Vijanan vidvān. Vidvān, the knower of this. Then again it is said vijanan. Vijanan means visheshena janan. So why it is used after saying vidvan? Vidvan is janan. Vidvan is vijanan. Huh? So even after using the term vidvan, why Shruti is using the term vijanan? This is the question. The answer is, one who is understanding Shastras, the meaning of Shastras, through firm faith in Guru, Shraddha in Shastras, he can be a vidvān. But it doesn't mean he is a realized one. Knowing something and realizing the same is different. Realization is that stage where there is no difference between Shastra, the words of Guru, and self-experience. When these three are becoming one, that is, the words of Shastra, the words of Guru, and self-experience, these three are becoming together, coming one, and becoming one. First, they were different. Shastra is saying so. And my Guru is teaching that. And I am understanding that. These three were there. But when these three are not there, all these three, now it is only one. One experience, without doubt. That state is the state of realization. So here, to show the man of realization, Vijanan is said. So Vijanan Vidvān, the knower, who is a realized soul, Bhavate Nativadi. He never becomes Nativadi. Ativadi. Ativadi. Ativadi is some who is speaking exceeding the limits, simply babbling. See, when we start studying music, in the beginning stage, say in the first year or the second year of our studies, whenever we walk here and there, we will be singing, singing, singing. Or in the initial stage of the dance studies, when we study dance, we can see children with their face, with their hands, with their body parts. They will show this and that. It's quite natural. In the same way, in the initial stage of Vedanta studies or Darshana studies, we will argue with everybody. It is said in Shastras, you know. Have you seen Brahma Sutras? Or what's your knowledge in Khandana Khandagadyam? Or Advaita Siddhi? Have you seen all the bhashyas of Shankaracharya? I have studied all these things. I am an hour of all this. And always, he will be explaining to others, calling everybody, come, come, come. I am explaining Upanishads. Please hear. I will teach you. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna always, or in many times, he repeated one example. when we cook curries, there will be pieces of vegetables, different vegetables. And when the water is boiling, these fellows, the pieces of vegetables, they will jump high. Inside the vessel, they will come up again and again. But after some times, when it is well cooked, only slow movements are there. No jumping, nothing. But the initial stage, they used to jump. I am here, I am here. Another example given by Sri Ramakrishna Dev is when we put butter on the oven, and when we give fire, it will start shouting, I am here, I am here. The whole village will know. The whole village will know. In that house, they are making ghee. But when it is ghee, it is no more butter. No sound at all. No sound at all. Nothing. So after this realization, vidvān bhavate nativādi, he never will be a babbler. He will not be babbling, I am, I am, I am. Once, two sons went for studies, Vedanta studies. And after completing 12 long years of Vedanta studies, they returned to home. And their father called them, Putra, how is your studies? What did you learn? So you learned Vedanta all these 12 years. Then the first boy, he explained with the help of Upanishads, Brahma Sutra, this, that, in front of father, and established. So there is no difference between Atman and Brahman. Quoting different Mahavakyas. He established that. This is the ultimate teaching of Vedanta. Then father said, congratulated. Very good, my son. I am proud of you. Then he called the second boy. Asked the same question. The second one said, oh father, with your blessing, with the blessings of the Acharya, of course I learned Vedanta, but I cannot explain. It is above the realm of words. I cannot explain. So that is the difference. The first one was Ativadi, whereas the second one, Nativadi. na ativadi. We may think I can, with the help of different Vedic mantras, I can establish Brahman in front of others. Of course, so many scholars are there. Great professors of Vedanta are there. And the people who are foolishly thinking, I am Pandita Ratnam, Swami Chidananda Puri, fools like that are here. I am thinking I am Swami Chidananda Puri. Which Swami Chidananda Puri? I am Pandita Ratnam Swami Chidananda Puri. Pandita Ratnam. So I can establish the inner message of Vedanta through words. And always living in this world as ativadi. No, you are the... So vidvān vijanan bhavate nativadi. Who is the first teacher of Vedanta? When we give our prostrations to our Guru Parampara, we are keeping in our mind Dakshinamurti first. Sadashiva Samarambha. How many verbal gymnastics he has performed? No. Mauna Vyakhya Prakatita Parabrahma Tattvam Yuvanam. He was established in Mauna. He was established in Mauna. And later, Bhagavan in his Gita-upadesha said, Maunam chaivasmi guhyana. Not that I am Vedantic explanations. No, I am Mauna. Because the real cannot be explained through words. What we can explain through words are all concerned with the unreal world. So realizing this, vidvān, vijanan, realized one, he becomes nativadi. Never he will become ativadi. Then how he will live in this world? Atma kridaha, atma ratihi, kriyavan, esha brahmavidam varishtaha, atma kridaha, reveling in the self. He is not playing with the objects of this world. He is not at all concerned with the objects of this world. He is immersed in himself. He is reveling in himself. Atma kridaha. Atma ratihi, enjoying in himself. Enjoying in oneself. And he is fully satisfied within himself. And that is his kriya. That is his performance. He is not doing this and that for getting anything else. He is not behind any sensual pleasures or pains. He is what he is. He is well established in himself. That is his kriya, performance. There is no other actions. There is no other performances. Of course, we have so many obligations. And as long as we are having many obligations, we will be performing rituals. We will be doing this, that. But here, as he is reveling in himself and fully established in himself, he is above all such performances. Eshaha, he is brahmavidāṃ varishtaha, varishtaha, the first or foremost. He is the foremost among the knowers of Brahman. See, here we have to give special attention to one sentence or one usage. See, to describe the state of a realized soul, realized self, the words used here is Atma Kridaha, Atma Ratihi, etc. Not that Brahma Kridaha, Brahma Ratihi, etc. When we say Brahma Ratihi or Brahma Kridaha, we may think, a student may think, he is reveling in something else. Because Brahman is something else. And therefore, Shruti uses the term Atma Kridaha, Atma Ratihi. That means he is enjoying in himself. He is reveling in himself. He is satisfied in himself. And then Shruti is saying he is the foremost among the knowers of Brahman, not the knowers of Atman. So through this usage, what is meant? It is the oneness of Atman and Brahman. This usage is showing the oneness of Atman and Brahman. See the beauty of that usage. Atma Kridaha, Atma Ratihi, etc. That he is enjoying in himself, he is full in himself, he is satisfied in himself, he is reveling in himself. And that person is the foremost among the knowers of Brahman. That means Atma Brahmaikyam. See? So that is the mantra, the fourth mantra. See? Prano hyesha yas sarva bhutair vibhati vijanan vidvān bhavate nativādi Atma krida atma rati kriyavan esha brahma vidam varishtaha. Actually, this mantra is exhorted by the Shruti after detailed analysis. Not all on a sudden. After taking the Shishya through different levels of inquiry, the oneness of Atma and Brahman is established here. So there is no need to explain the ways to this realization, because it is already explained. But because of the compassion of the Shruti, again, Shruti is explaining how the state can be realized, how we can reach at this state of realization. So that is the next mantra, that is the fifth mantra that we can take in our next sitting. Here in this fourth mantra, the first thing we have to go deeper analysis of Shastra is the usage of the term prana here. And another thing is, when explaining the state of the man of realization, Shruti uses the words Atma Krida, Atmarati, etc. And he is equated to Esha Brahma Vidam Varishtaha, foremost among the knowers of Brahman. That means the oneness of Atma and Brahman is established here through this usage. So keep in mind, we will go to the next mantra in our next sitting. So if you have anything to ask, of course you can ask.
Yeah. Question is from Arun Babu Kenaya. Arun Babuji.
Hari Om Swamiji. Today, we discussed the contextual meaning difference of the prana, which to some extent I understood, but still there are little confusion. So basically, my fundamental understanding is the prana is the vital energy which is connecting between the Annamaya Kosha and the Manomaya Kosha. So that is more come under the 5 sheets, not part of the Atman. Whereas here we are equating prana as Jivatma or the Brahman itself. To some extent, you mentioned that there is a, but my still that confusion is why that term to be used in this context as prana for this, why it is not used as the Brahman or Jivatma itself. So any specific additional reason why this issue is coming?
See, actually, when we use the term Vedanta, basically we mean Upanishads. But when a scholar says Vedanta Darshana, invariably he will be meaning Brahma Sutras, not the Upanishad. Why? In the Upanishads, there are many Upanishads taught by different acharyas to different students at different places in different times. So, one word is used in different senses, or different words are used in one sense. This problem is there. So a student, when he studies Vedanta, he will have a doubt within, what is the ultimate meaning of this word? For example, take the case of Akasha. The first meaning of Akasha, it is one bhuta, or the primary bhuta. Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Jalam and Bhumi. 5 bhutas are there. And some places the word Akasha is used as to mean space. And in some other places it is used to mean sky, not space, sky. And in some other places it is used to mean Brahman. In the same way, there are different meanings for the term prana, vital energy. Different aspects of that vital energy. First vital energy, then different aspects of that vital energy. And in some places, the term prana is used to mean Brahman. We have seen that. In the Brahma Sutra itself, discussion comes. What is the ultimate meaning of prana? Then the questioner asks, prana is vital energy. It is one among different forms of air. So instead of vital energy, we can use vital air. Then the teacher says, no. Of course, prana do have such meaning, but the ultimate meaning is Brahman. And he quotes this mantra from Kathopanishad. What is that mantra? Yedidam kinja jagat sarvam prana ejadi nisradam mahat bhayam vajram udyadam ya edad vidur amrutaste bhavanti. That is the mantra. All the manifestations are coming from that prana. As if a master is holding Vajrayudha, then all others will obey him. When the master is coming with Vajrayudha in his hand, all others will obey him. They will work as he orders. In the same way, the whole universe is under an order. An orderly pattern is there. And this prana is the head of all those. That is Ishvara. So in that mantra, prana is used in two senses. One, Brahman, the substratum in which all manifestations are coming. The second is that which is controlling everything, the Ishvara. So here in this mantra, we cannot take this meaning of prana as to mean Ishvara or vital energy or vital air. Why? It is said, he verily, no doubt at all. There is no doubt at all. I am speaking from the depth of my own experience. That is the sense of that word, he. Verily. Esha pranaha sarva bhutaihi vibhati. This prana is manifesting through all manifestations of this world. So there, invariably, the meaning of the Shabda prana is Brahman. So what we have to do is, after studying basic Upanishads, we have to go to Brahma Sutras. There, with logic, Acharya will teach us what is the highest meaning of different terms. So that is the that is the method of Vedanta study. Then we will not have any doubt. So this is that. Then comes the question, why it is used? Instead of using Brahman, why Rishi used the prana? See, when Rishi is using the term Brahman, we will think it is something higher, it is something about which I have inquired. But when he say it is prana, we will begin from ourselves. See, otherwise we will go here and there. We will go in search of Brahman to different caves of Himalayas. Or we may think it is something which is the cause of all these macrocosms. So it is something higher or something different from me. But when it is prana, we will begin from here, from our own self. And it ends there. So the beginning point and the end point is one, and that is prana. And therefore, rishis are using the term prana instead of Brahman and Atma. Namaste.
Next question is from Kamalaji.
Pranam Swamiji.
Namaste, namaste.
Swamiji, in Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter, there is a mantra, actually, shloka. Yastatma redireva syat atma triptascha manavaha atmanyeva cha santushta tasya karyam na vidyade. So there it is, for the jnani, there is no kartavyam.
No kartavyam.
So here also the Brahman, we can connect it, or that is not, or
the same meaning is said there. Both that shloka is tu atma ratireva syad atma triptascha manava atmanyeva cha santushtaha tasya karyam na vidyate. Yaha, one who is atma ratihi, reveling in oneself. Atma truptaha, satisfied in oneself. Atmanyeva cha santushtaha, fulfilled. It is the highest state. Tasya, for him, karyam na vidyate, there is no obligation for him. There is nothing to be done. He can do anything. He cannot do anything. He can. It is up to him whether to do or not. He need not perform anything obligatory because he is above the realm of do's and don'ts. He is established in himself. The same is the meaning of this mantra. Atma kridaha atma ratihi kriyavan esha brahma vidvānpuṇyapāpe. He do not have any other kriya. This is his kriya. Established in himself, being in oneself. That is his work. No other work. So what work you are doing? I am sitting in myself. See, kriyavan swasthaha. Swasmin tishtadi iti swasthaha. One who is sitting in himself or herself. There is no him or her in this self. That is swastha. So this jnani, vijanan, not vidwan, not simply vidwan. Vidwan may be sitting in different libraries or different books. Shankaracharya says so, Gaudapadacharya says so. He may be sitting in different books and textual knowledge. But Vijanan, realized one, he is established in himself. So the meaning of both these are one and the same.